Hey people, I think we are live. It is Tuesday, February 20th, about 2 degrees Celsius, and the time is 12:28 p.m. and I'm here at Dundas West subway station. And I skipped posting a video this morning just in lieu of going with a live stream. I see Sheena, Dave and Bangor, Maine, Marge, our CEO Vivian Johnson's here, Harjot, Smitty, Ahmed, Wesley, Reeboks Pro, Zach McNally, Brett, Malin, Arn, AZ66, GT350, and a lot of other people joining in. Thanks for joining me a little bit later than I had hoped. I'd like to blame the TTC, but the truth is I was a bit lazy and slow-footed today. Every once in a while, I skip posting a video in the morning, and we go with a live stream, and that is just what we're doing today. Michael Nguyen, Bashan Parker, Neville 6000, and of course, your dumbass host standing here at the bus and streetcar platform. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out and we're going to go south down Roncesvalles. Last time I streamed down this way was quite a while ago, and I think it was a fun stream. And then when we get to Ronce, the Queensway, King, and Queen, I'll have a decision to make. Maybe we'll just stick to King Street and head over to Liberty Village. That might be an idea. There's a temporary route change. I have an annoying story to tell about this streetcar over the weekend. But hopefully you guys can hear everything okay. All right, let's escape the subway station. The 168 Symington bus coming in 12 and 20 minutes. Mike Landry, $2. Thank you so much, Mr. Landry, for the support and the super chat. Just a reminder, if the stream appears to cut out, I will be back. It shouldn't take me more than 30 seconds or so to kickstart it. There's still some bugs with this streaming setup, but I much prefer it to using a smartphone. There's the McDee's. Alejandro is here. Steve Grant says I'm coming to his area. Well, feel free to wave when I walk by. Oh man, it is sunny. I am struggling to see my screens today. That one is a 505 Dundas streetcar. And coming up is the ugliest building in the city of Toronto, and it's not even close. We've got some super ugly buildings here, but this retail slash office slash apartment building is about as disgusting as it gets. Look at that monstrosity. In fact, this might be the ugliest intersection in the city. That's as ugly as buildings get. Why is there no route underground from the GO and Up Express Station to Dundas West Station? Because the planners are idiots and never thought of that. It's not uncommon to see people lugging their luggage around, as there's an airport rail link and a GO station just behind some of the worst reviewed apartments in the city. But ugliness abounds at this particular intersection. The good news is, great neighborhoods are all around here. Just that particular intersection that's kind of super ugly. Leroy says, if I saw you in Toronto and say, I'll wave and say, hey, Johnny Strides. Ugly buildings have feelings too. That building obeys the rule of thirds. It's a building that's so ugly, I would grant it protected status to save it from the wrecking ball. Just as a testament to how utterly stupid humanity can be. And look at this, the parking garage for it. Looks like a residential house garage. So we've got retail, 4 stories of office. Let's just slap an apartment building on there and not even pretend to match architectural styles. Greetings, Sammy Woo. Hello, Frank, all the way in Germany. I've got a cousin who lives in Germany. So we're heading south down Dundas Street West. Yes, we're heading south down Dundas Street West. Does that make sense? Not really, but that's what we're doing. Dundas Street is actually a series of other streets, I think over 19 of them that have been stitched together. Which is why it runs south of Bloor Street and north of Bloor Street. And you can really see that once you get east of Broadview. As it appears to be a laneway in some parts. Oh, there's some great new street art up that I wish I was on the other side of the street to see, but through the powers of the super zoom, we'll get in there and take a look. The V countdown's here from Switzerland. Whoop, I did not mean to do that. So we're gonna head down an awesome neighborhood to take a stroll. That is Roncesvalles. At the next lights, Dundas Street will magically turn into Roncesvalles Avenue. And then Dundas will carry on heading east. Action VJ is here. Mark D is here. Greetings. For what is a lovely day. It's cold but not freezing. Just a very subtle breeze. No gloves. Marge, $5 for a keep warm drink from Tim's. Thank you, Marge. It's a little too early in the stream to send myself having to go make a stream myself, but thank you for the $5. I haven't had lunch yet, but I had a Keurig coffee and my normal morning smoothie. Here's where Dundas Street veers off to the east. So you'll see the 505 Dundas streetcar head up to Dundas West Station. And you'll also see the 504 King streetcar coming up this way. What's for lunch today? I don't know, it feels kind of like a skip lunch kind of day. I skip a meal every now and then. full disclosure, I meant to live stream last night. I had a video planned. I was going to go record it. I was going to make a live stream right after, do a late night one. And I just kind of had a bit of a headache and I was feeling lazy. So I put my feet up, I threw YouTube on the big screen, and I watched the Grand Tour Sand Job on Amazon Prime, and that's how I spent my night. So I apologize for taking the day off. But there will be a video tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. EST, and I'll get out and make some content after that tomorrow. There's some lofts. Am I German? If I am, that is news to me. Like a lot of people, I'm just a mutt of different things. But the family that I know of traces back to the UK. I haven't really done a 23andMe or anything. What is the new video tomorrow? It depends. Sorry, guys. It dropped the stream for a second there, but we're back. I was about to say, some say Roncesvalles, some say Roncesvalles, some say Roncy. There's the Loons Pub. I think I've been there, and I think they've got an excellent patio in the backyard. Look at this place. Jellybean says it's lunchtime. I could go for some Thai food. Pad Krapao, K-Da beef, $16.95. There's a meal that'll cost you about 90 baht in Thailand. That's about $3.50. All right, let's cross the street here. It's gonna be a little busier on the other side. I need some lunch. No, we're skipping a meal, I think. Jeanette is here. Greetings, Jeanette and Igor. Here's where the 506 Carlton streetcar terminates, just west of here at the High Park Loop. And again, if we do drop signal, I will be back. Just wait 30 seconds or so. Toronto Dan is here. John Nicholson. We're heading south through Roncesvalles Village. Traditionally a Polish area. Like a lot of Toronto, it's kind of gentrified and expanded into being a lot more than that. This is where at the end of the summer they hold the big Polish festival every year. I don't think I recorded that this year. Ding a Wing. Tuk Tuk Canteen. There, she said boom. New and used music and books. There's a lot of great places in this neighborhood. Oh, I forget what used to be here. Blackbird Baking. They serve up Reunion Coffee Roasters. I'm not sure what's the... I think that's actually the name of that cafe. Smitty says, is it freezing for anyone? Well, it's not freezing for me. We're going without gloves. Tacos. I just gotta check something on my phone here. 1 second, guys. This break is brought to you by Johnny Strides himself. Chocolate shop. Elegant floors by who or what? Elegant floors by Pollock's Carpet Market? Huh? Sign not making much sense to me. There's a Home Hardware. The city recently lost a Home Hardware in the Annex and another one in Greektown. Thanks, Mike. Do hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell. Not holding my breath for a gold play button. I go live on this channel about 3-4 times a week, and usually Sundays on the Johnny Stumbles channel. But next Sunday will be the last live stream on that channel for quite a while. Bakery and specialty foods. There's Mabel's, a well-known spot. Am I going live on Thursday? I don't know, guys. I do not have a live schedule. If you asked me yesterday morning and afternoon, I would have said I'm going live Monday night. And once I gave up on that dream around 8 p.m., I would have said I would be going live this morning. And that ended up becoming 12:30 this afternoon. I'm not saying it drives me nuts when people ask me when I'm going live, but the answer to that will always be, I don't know. Cam says Dollar Tree or Dollarama. I think Dollarama firmly smacks it. Glenn grew up around Roncesvalles. There's Bark's Smokehouse. I've heard a ton of good things about this place. They've got a new boxed menu, $15 sandwich or salad combo. That sounds good. $10 kids meals, $5 sliders. You probably need at least 3 sliders to feel like you've had a meal though. Clayton Crawford just arrived from grocery shopping, and boom, the live stream appeared. Sushi on Ronci, Anchor. I'm not going to go left on Queen Street when we get down there and go through Parkdale that way. The reason for that is, well, maybe we'll do it for a few blocks, but I do have a video coming up walking through there pretty soon. Smitty vouching for the Octagon Steakhouse. Toronto has so many great neighborhoods like this. This is one where almost every memory I have through here is walking through it with a camera. I've been to a few pubs in the area, and I've been out for dinner here a few times, but I can count the amount of times I've been here for social reasons on one hand. There's Joe's Variety and Gift Center. No, sorry, I didn't mean to confuse you. That flight attendant, that crossing guard thought I might have been crossing. There's St. Vincent de Paul, Roman Catholic Church. King is not yuck. Oh, there's a big crowd of people up ahead on the sidewalk. Sorry, flight attendant / crossing guard. Who can tell me how to pronounce this street? Fermanagh. Fermanagh Avenue? Liberty Tree, crossing attendant. There we go. I think it's just kids. 12:52, would this be their lunch break? Seems a little early to be out of school.
Amanda, do we have to get off like before the station?
Greetings, Paul. I don't have any plans to come to New York, but that can always change. There is a Suv Lake. They've got a location in Greektown, right at Pape and Danforth, that is quite excellent. I was not aware that was a chain. It's quite affordable too. So we're going to spin around in a second and get a look at a classic mural. An old school streetcar. How many different addresses have you had since I was born? Over a dozen, I would say. Love watching your videos. Was there last July. Nice place to visit. You're watching from Mauritius. A Peter says go to NYC and meet Action Kid. Well, if I went to NYC, I would not be meeting Action Kid. He is in Asia, and he lives in Miami. But maybe we'll run into him in the somewhat near future. Not hinting at anything. I was chatting with him right before I did this live stream, actually. The last thing I did was say, got a stream, message you when done. Scooter Girl Toys. I remember being a kid, a store like this was awesome. Since when did Action Kid move to Miami? Do you live under a rock? Just kidding, but seriously? Gaming luminary watching from Hamilton. I'm legitimately checking out these toys here.
There's 3 minutes.
Glimpses left on Queen, a great stretch of vintage shops. But that's coming up in a very future video. I don't know, Mark D. You'll have to ask him yourself. I don't want to give away plans of other YouTubers before they've announced it. I might have an idea what his plans are. There's a Timmy's. Marge sent a super chat to pop into a Timmy's earlier. Jenny K, Jenny Kritzkamp, $5 for a beverage on a sunny afternoon. I should put that in the title of the live stream. Sunny Tuesday afternoon stream. Thank you so much, Jenny K. Jenny lives up north amongst the polar bears. There's the Chopin restaurant. Thank you, Jenny. If you were here earlier, you might have found it funny. I called a crossing guard a flight attendant. Yeah, let's retitle this. Let's fix the title. Let's put some positivity and adjectives into it. What's my view on the homeless situation? My view is obviously that it's not great, and that we have chronically underfunded our mental health and other social services. And that is all levels and kinds of government. It's not a left or right thing. All right, let's update the title. Let's call it Sunny Tuesday Afternoon West End Stream. No, stay there, streetcar. Don't. We're gonna update the thumbnail too, because why not? Smitty says Taco Tuesday. It is Taco Tuesday. And there is a fantastic restaurant for Taco Tuesday up in Greektown. Maybe I'll go there tonight. I'm trying to get the thumbnail to update on the stream, but I can't. Oh well. Thanks for reminding me that it's Taco Tuesday. I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit more like maybe a healthy poke bowl, but I could definitely get some tacos. What do you guys say? Eat healthy tonight? Poke bowl or tacos? Cam says, remember Toonie Tuesday? Yeah, now it's like 4:25 Tuesday. Mark D votes for healthy. Sammy Wu also voting the healthy route. Now the taco votes roll in. I haven't posted on Instagram in a very long time. Maybe I'll post what I end up having, if it's tacos or the poke bowl. This is Galley Avenue. It's an old theater converted into a convenience store. You'll make some spicy Korean tacos. Here's where Roncesvalles starts melding into Parkdale.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time. I've done it all.
We post some Instagram stories. That's too complicated. The Village Juicery. Pearson Fruit Market. I wonder if that's named after Lester B. Pearson. Baby Shark Brooklyn. Mac and cheese. It seems we have arrived into Parkdale. AM Bagel. Johnny, is this e-scooter weather? I want to say yes, but at the same time, I know my nose is going to turn into Niagara Falls. Maybe tomorrow might be nice. Tomorrow might be the day, actually. I might get out and make a e-scooter or e-bike video. I might be leaning more towards the bike. I've also got a new single speed bike. There's a lab when your doctor asks you to get some blood work done. That's where they send you. Right next to a cannabis shop. Yeah, the car show is still going on. I went on Sunday and it was absolutely insane. I had a friend who went yesterday. He took his little one there and he said it was still quite busy. He sent me some pictures. Not as busy as Sunday. But if you have the luxury of going during a weekday afternoon when it's not a holiday, I think that would be your best bet. Yeah, it's a 2-week event. So on Saturday, I recorded a video that finished up here. And I had to get myself to the East End, and I had about 40 minutes to get there. I thought, no problem. These streetcars are fairly frequent, and there was a giant crowd of people standing there in freezing cold weather with the wind chill. It was like minus 15. It was something insane. And I checked, and Google Maps said the next streetcar was coming in like 27 minutes. So I downloaded an app that concurred the same. And I talked to a guy, and he was waiting there for at least 15 minutes, he said. So here we are, Saturday afternoon, middle of the day. It's freezing cold, and the TTC streetcars weren't running through here for at least like 45 minutes. Absolutely pathetic service, leaving people out freezing. I think it's supposed to be every 10 minutes. That was the 504 streetcar. There's a look along Queen Street. All right, there's the guy not having a very good time over there. We're going to be taking a look over the highway in a second. Just remember there's a pedestrian crossing here. That's kind of neat. Jellybean says Sketch McDee's. Yeah, that's one of them. I think Spadina and Queen takes the cake. The one up at Dundas West Station isn't the best either. Greetings, Anthony. So we just missed a train, unfortunately. There's the Lakeshore corridor. And there's, I guess, what you could call the Mimico skyline. Where all those condos are used to be a seedy strip of motels back in the 70s and 80s into the 90s. And I think there were a few holdouts as late as the 2000s. There's the Gardner Expressway. And the gleaming shores of Lake Ontario straight ahead. Traffic moving pretty well right now. This, just south of here, used to be Sunnyside Amusement Park. And then what happened was they built this hideous highway and they tore down the amusement park. And then this neighborhood of Parkdale, which used to be a very upper class, well-to-do neighborhood, changed drastically in character. King Street lane reductions, Dufferin Street to Shaw Street. All right, we will go with popular sentiment. I'll do a few blocks on Queen Street here, since I did West Queen, West and Parkdale in an upcoming video. I don't want to do the whole thing, but we'll skip this stretch of King Street. Maybe at Jameson, what we'll do is I'll go south down to King. Sounds like a fair compromise to me. And maybe we'll cross over to the south side or the north side, just to walk along a different stretch than the one I did in the video. No city needs a highway, especially one that bisects the city. I think downtown Vancouver is a fairly good example of that. Cam says I miss Ontario Place. So welcome to Parkdale. There's a gallery and cafe. There's still kind of a thriving artist scene here. They've been priced out of a lot of neighborhoods in the city. But this is about as far west as they could be pushed. As just west of here, this becomes the Queensway. Trader asks, what is the weather? It's about 2 degrees Celsius. But we've got nice sunny blue skies. Walk-ins welcome. What is this place? A tattoo shop. Some very interesting artwork. The art space. There's galleries and galleries. There's a student workspace, not a student workspace, an artist workspace up ahead. I remember when this used to be like a car rental depot right in this parking lot. This neighborhood used to have a rougher reputation. I guess it still kind of does. The Queen's End Cafe. If I'm gonna skip lunch, I might need a snack to tide me over. Maybe we'll pick something up. Seeing cool shops along here. Squeaky Wheel says, you remember being scared of this as a kid? I remember hearing it didn't have the best reputation, but I don't have too many memories of going through here as a kid. Maybe the odd time looking at the window of a car. There's a Gus Tacos. I think there's a few viewers who swear by that. Yes to a delicious snack. Hey, we may have found our snack, Mavericks Donut Company. Made fresh daily. Should we get ourselves a bougie donut? Donuts from $2.95. Travel Fun 69, Jeff Lepard, big ups. Greetings, Jeff. Long time no see. Hope all is doing well. Jeff's been live streaming up a storm lately on his channel. Let's get ourselves a bougie donut. Powdered sugar.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, I'm just recording. I'm gonna buy a donut. That's okay?
No problem, that's fine.
Thank you. Chocolate dip, double chocolate. Vivian Johnson, $5. How about a nice donut? Thank you, Vivian, for the $5. Chocolate raspberry. That looks good. Oreo Nirvana. Pecan pie, cannoli. Those ones say vegan friendly. We're gonna skip those. I don't have my backpack on me. What should I get? Chocolate raspberry ganache. Should that be the one we get? Mooney Boo says chocolate espresso. Where is that one? Ooh, yeah, let's do that. Arn says take 2. I don't have a pocket for 2. But we're gonna get the chocolate espresso, I think. Also going to try to fish out a Kleenex here. Hi.
Are you ready?
Yeah, can I grab a chocolate espresso?
Chocolate espresso?
Yes, sir.
Would you like a napkin or would you like it in a bag?
A napkin. I'm just going to eat it.
Napkin, of course.
There's 435 people watching me buy this.
Right now.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So if it's good, I'll let them know. You can just put it down. I can pay by card?
Yes, please. Debit?
Yep. Or Visa?
Debit, please.
A debit?
Yes,
Here,
please.
let me get my... I don't know if I have my debit card on me. I don't. Can I pay cash then?
Yes, please.
There you go.
Would you like a receipt?
No, thank you.
1
second, that would be 85. But
You know what? You can keep the change as a tip. Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you. So we're gonna eat our $5 $4.15 chocolate espresso. And that is from Maverick's Donut Company. So we're gonna give this a go. Sorry guys, I can't see the chat right now. Let me just pull up the chat. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Emo's Music Channel, $2.79. Thank you. Congrats on 100K subscribers. Thank you, Emo's Music Channel. And Jellybean, 99 cents. Emo's Music Channel, thank you so much. And Jellybean, thank you for the 99 cents. And we're going to take a bite of this. As the cream sticks to my lip. I do not regret this choice. This is probably the most elevated donut I have ever had. Josephine Halligan, thank you so much for the $1.99. Here's what's left of my donut. Thank you guys for the support. All right, it's official. I'm skipping lunch. Sorry guys, I'm not much of a pastry critic, but this gets a solid thumbs up for me. I'm just gonna finish this off. Sorry, I can't see the chat at the moment. Uno momento.
Talking about,
The super chat is for coffee after the donut, says Josephine. Sorry, my nose has started to do that thing where it turns into a bit of a faucet. Thank you, Josephine, and everyone who sent support and fueled that delicious snack. I'm gonna have to go back and try another one next time I live stream through here. We'll try another donut from that place. And although, full disclosure, oh, that's not a garbage can. I am easily impressed. When it comes to food, I'm either a thumbs up or thumbs down kind of person. Lisa calling out the artists in the neighborhood. There's a place, Coffee, Grocery Coffee. Might might be a little too early in the stream to grab a coffee, but that'll be coming up.
Like the back alley mural.
Sergio says Krispy Kreme is the gold standard. Krispy Kreme is an excellent donut, but that comparing Krispy Kreme to that place is kind of like comparing a fast food burger to a restaurant burger. They're not really one and the same. We've got sirens. You'll notice there's a lot of Himalayan restaurants here. This area is also known as Little Tibet. It features a very high Tibetan Canadian population. I think it was in the 50s when Tibet lost their independence. They were taken over and there was a big flight of Tibetans, and many of them landed in this neighborhood in the 60s. In fact, there's a high school here where the majority of the population is Tibetan. There's the Momo Cafe. And an A&W. Alright, I had a thought to head south down Jameson. We're just gonna finish off Parkdale. So be it. In 2 days from now, don't complain when you see a video walking through Parkdale on the channel. But what we'll do is we'll go to Dufferin. And then we'll either go south down to Liberty Village, or we'll head north up to College or Dundas. No, Jelly Bean, we will not be doing that. I don't know if I've ever been to that store. Greetings, Fern. It is indeed a beautiful day in the city. There's a look north up Lansdowne Avenue. You'll find Lansdowne Station at the north end. We're not at the north end, up at Lansdowne and Bloor. Squeaky Wheel hasn't tried the Momo House yet, but all your buddies swear by it. I always have Loga's Corner when I'm in this area. I do have the, is it the Momo House or the Momo Hut in Greektown? That says north up Ossington. Kind of feeling more going south to Liberty. Ossington has a better vibe to it on weekends. So if you're just tuning in, we're on the city's west end in the Parkdale neighborhood, walking east along the north side of Queen West. And the stream's been going for exactly an hour. There's a place called Matt's Burger Lab where I once ended a stream. I discovered a delicious hamburger just up here on the right. H&R Block file now. Don't remind me, sir. Yeah, Sergio, I actually have a video planned for Rock Street on my to-do list. There's a cement mixer taking issue at a Tesla for what? Going too slow? Fly better. Fly Emirates. There's an artist studio space over there, 1313. All right, I believe I got a super chat to go towards a coffee earlier. I could probably consume a coffee and hang on long enough to not need a facility to the end of the stream at this point. We're an hour in. Go to Berlin for my next trip. I love going to Europe, but full disclosure, they were excellent trips. Amsterdam, as well as the Paris and Barcelona one, but they weren't what you would call profitable. Whereas my Asia trips, at least, are kind of self-sustaining. I'd love to be a big enough YouTuber that I can just go anywhere, anytime, and not have to worry about that thing called expense. I did have a hotel reach out to me last time I was in Thailand and offered me several free nights. But if you watch my hotel videos, I'm not always glowingly positive about those experiences. So they are rolling the dice. Here's a free stay, but you're still gonna get my honest opinion. Drop your broken jewelry. We do repairs. Coming over to Toronto in 12 days from Scotland. Your first trip to Canada, Simon. I hope you enjoy it. If you see one of us Toronto walktubers around, feel free to say hi. We're friendly. Well, I guess I can't speak on behalf of the others, but at least I am. Vegan Danish bakery cafe. There's the Rhino.
Mark, stop playing with
The construction workers up top just said something kind of funny. Negative jelly bean. I just did a video all of Queen Street West. There's some people having a very animated conversation across the street. Hey, it's the Rustic Cosmo Cafe. The Parkdale Community Health Center. Someone seems to be having a bit of a episode right in front of it. Evoke ASMR. With 99.99 British pounds. Do you call them cents, pennies, pence? We say cent in Canada. They call them pennies down below us. But thank you so much for the 0.99 British pounds. Hope you're doing well and your channel is doing well. So we're at Dufferin Street. Sheena says pennies. We're gonna head south here. Josephine Halligan, $1.49. £1 49 pence. Did I say that right, Sheena? But Josephine Halligan, thank you so much for the $1.49. I just call them Brit bucks. Aren't you guys glad you didn't adopt the euro? To keep your currency. Leander, welcome to Gold Tier channel membership. Leander, thank you so much for signing up to channel membership. Welcome aboard, Leander. Thank you for joining Gold Tier. I think it's £1.49. Smitty says Biden bucks. Yes. How do stop signs work? I don't know. I'm an idiot. Another person. Never change, Toronto drivers. Pedestrians are just NPCs. Run them over. You are the main character. So we're heading southbound Dufferin towards Liberty Village. There's the 29 Suffering Dufferin bus. Dingus driver. No, just your standard Toronto motorist. Ken attracts the ones on foot. We're approaching King and Dufferin. Remember on a live stream a long time ago, I had a fantastically cheap bagel from a cafe or a little food place, and I ended up dropping half of the bagel on the ground. Let's go see if they can do like an iced coffee or something. It seems as if we are about to get ejected onto the road up here. On this corner, there used to be a Burger King, and on the other corner, there used to be a McDonald's. So if you lived in this area, you might be kind of devastated at the loss of burgers. But look at that, Wendy's opened up. I did not notice that. Wendy's swooping in to save the day. So they went from a McDonald's and a Burger King on two corners to a Wendy's on that corner. Is that an upgrade? Pretty interesting developments. And there's a subway. I think the subway actually used to be across the street as well. All right, welcome to Liberty Village, or at least part of it. Maybe we'll cut through the Toronto Carpet Factory. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there used to be a subway over there where the Burger King was. But all is well. The city gets more housing, and the Burger King was replaced by a Wendy's. Jelly Bean vouching for Wendy's chicken sandwiches if there's no Popeyes. They just opened a new Popeyes at Yonge and Eglinton. Pretty awesome development in my hood.
For the next 5.
All right, let's take a walk through history here. The old Toronto Carpet Manufacturing Limited building, and we'll see if that restaurant I went to a long time ago is still there. A rare yellow logo subway. Reminds me of seeing the yellow police car they had at the Metro Convention Center. They're just so much more visible and friendly looking. Now they got these militaristic police vehicles that are kind of intimidating. I think they should revert back to the friendly looking kind. So we're heading into Liberty Village. Don't disagree, Steve. Evoke ASMR. 99 pence. Did I say that right? But thank you so much, Evoke ASMR. I haven't seen your channel in a while. I'm going to have to tune in and see what's new in the world of ASMR on YouTube. And this neighborhood will eventually be served by a subway station, the terminus of the Ontario line. This is it, isn't it? Little House of Delhi? Oh no, there's people going in there. I don't want to have to wait. Let's take a look and see if it's busy at the counter. Look at this. Are we in Thailand? How cheap is that? All day breakfast, bacon, egg, and cheese bagel, $4.55. Or for $5.55, they will include a coffee. Well, there's a number of people at the counter. Maybe we'll find another cafe, but this place is excellent. Jeanette, $7 for a future Wendy's snacky. Thank you, Jeanette. You know what? Wendy's has been increasing their presence in Toronto. They lost a location just north of Yonge and College, and I think they lost a location underneath Scotia Plaza in the food court, or in the financial district. Well, in the food court there. But they've been popping up, and during the pandemic, they opened up a lot of like sort of kitchen-only locations. But we have wandered in the Liberty Village. There's a respite center, Lamport Stadium, just on the north side of it. This is a neighborhood that takes a lot of flack. Some people kind of consider it a wannabe Dumbo with downtown prices without the convenience of downtown. But truthfully, now that the King streetcar is running pretty well, I think this neighborhood is well connected. I wouldn't mind living here. Someone just sent me a WhatsApp message saying I have icing on my face. Do I? Do I have icing on my face? I don't know about that. Maybe someone should head over to Warby Parker. The building on the right is where they filmed the movie The Fly, says Chris Johnson. Well, this was more of an industrial area. It's right on the rail tracks. Inglis, a large appliance company, was here. I think Irwin Toy was here. So they've tried to build a lot of the newer condos to look kind of like old converted lofts. There's the home of Zoomer Radio. 96.7 and AM 740. Do I still have crap on my face? I think I do a little bit. There we go, I think I got it. Stop sending me spam emails. Hopefully nothing too serious. There's the Liberty Market and Cafe. Just south of here, you can see BMO Field, home of the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League. But it was built initially as a soccer stadium for the Toronto FC. They'll also host the opening round of the next World Cup. There's been a lot of talk about whether the city got a raw deal on that or not. I guess we'll have to wait to see if the smoke clears, if the economic activity justified the cost. I think we got kind of screwed over. It's just the early round games that are going to soon be forgotten being held there. There's Big Rock Brewery. Have I ever been mugged while walking around? No. I think just about the dumbest thing you could do is mug someone live streaming their presence to hundreds of people who are very aware where they are. I mean, I guess that would still require a timely police response, but there's a big cafe impact. I think there's a Balzac's coming up as well. Those are the Toy Factory lots. I think that's where Irwin Toy used to be. I'm gonna pass on Balzac's. Your neighborhood bistro. There's a little art trail just south of here. I did a video on about 2 or 3 years ago. There's a Timmy's. Asian street food. Walk Boys. Ahmed Daisis, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Your broad narration and depth of knowledge of Toronto history helped me navigate through it easily as a newcomer. Thanks, man. Ahmed, thank you so much. Glad you found value in the videos and appreciate it. We appreciate them. Thank you, Ahmed, for the $5 and welcome to Toronto. And there is an excellent fast food burger. Alouette Go. There's Pizzaville. The Island. Someone said, is this the Well? No. I've heard the Well takes issues with people walking through there with a camera, but we're kind of heading in that direction, actually. Thanks again, Ahmed. Chiang Mai. I'd be super disappointed if a restaurant called Chiang Mai didn't have khao soi. Well, let's keep walking along this stretch. Dream big. Could you make your mural bigger, please? That's not big enough. The Brazen House is in that building. I think that's the most happening place in this area. There's an Aroma Espresso House. Yeah, that is the Brazen Head. So yeah, it wasn't totally nuts. Jelly Bean doesn't like chat time. The chat time at Yonge and Eglinton recently closed down. Circle K. Did you eat your lunch? Get a hamburger and hot dog from a Circle K? And welcome to the Love It or Hate It Liberty Village. I have mixed feelings about this neighborhood. It really feels a lot more forced than it ought to. It doesn't feel like a neighborhood that sprouted up organically in a former industrial center. Well, there used to be a prison. There were two major prisons in Liberty Village. One, I believe, was a women's penitentiary. I think that's the one right there. There's still a building. There's a remnant from that era right there. There's also a pedestrian bridge that'll connect you over to King Street, just north of here. This was kind of marketed as a trendy, cool place to live. And it's very expensive. I always see cop cars roaming through Liberty Village. It's weird. Every time I'm here, I see countless cop cars. The Valcostas, I mostly like it, but new things need time to develop a patina life. But I think if you don't start with the right bones, it's never going to develop nicely. And this being a major street through it, having low-rise, low-density residential and no commercial, these homes should be tucked away behind a condo, not fronting the main street here. I don't think they would have approved this. This were up for redevelopment at the moment. It's almost suburban. You have the supermarket with a big strip mall style parking lot in the other direction. There's the rail corridor cutting through, and there is the Gardner Expressway. Yeah, there is a police station around the corner, and you will often see mounted police going up Strawn Avenue. I think Liberty Village is also the home of the jagged metal sculpture. That one's got some birds on it. They have their traffic services as their garage here. That makes sense. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go straight here. Looks like we're going to miss the light, but we're going to go straight. Is this dueling Starbucks? We've got a Starbucks. And right across the street, another Starbucks. We're gonna go straight, and then we'll take Wellington Street, and we can see if all the security turned me off. Looks like we might have had a few connections. Shop. A live stream. King and Shaw. Sorry guys, I will check the signal in a minute. I might have to switch my hotspotting phone over to LTE from 5G. One second, we're just gonna stare at the side of the wall. Welcome to the fun of Roger speed tests. It says I'm in a very fast download speed area. Let's check the upstream. Plenty of upstream right now. So the stream should be nice and smooth. That was just a bad spot for Rogers, it seems. With this streaming setup, I can't see the signal quality as I stream. People are saying it's normal now, but it just looked choppy. Speed test. Let me try it with the iPhone. Hmm. 460 is the upstream, or downstream. 80 is the upstream. That should be plenty to stream from. There should be no choppiness. Sorry about the bad connection, guys. We lost about 80 viewers. Sometimes I regret switching from Bell to Rogers. And I remember I had issues like this sometimes with Bell. Hey, it looks like there's some kind of filming going on up here. There's the CN Tower. Just got the big camera on a gimbal.
What? Reese's gonna run with you. Okay.
Look at that view.
We're just gonna take a quick shot right
Yeah,
here.
I'm just walking.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
thought you were stopping.
well, do you have a permit? Like, no? Okay. They don't have a permit. They can't really tell me what to do. Sorry. I'll happily get out of their way, but we're live streaming. Here, we'll get a look at the end of yeah, I came here to check out the view. To get ushered off is kind of annoying. Anyways, there's a slightly lesser view. Theo says I'm their NPC. Well, technically, if you have a commercial film crew, you're supposed to have a permit. Not that I'm being annoying, but if they did, that grants you the right to the area where you're filming. Hey, there's a cop performing a traffic stop. I would stand like, no, I'm not like that. Like, if I see someone posing for a picture, I'm not going to walk in front of them. I'll stand or I'll go behind them. But it's just kind of annoying. Like, I came to this bridge so we could look off and get a view. And they're like, hey, get out of here. They had an opportunity to have a YouTube star on their video and they blew it. I don't mind what they're doing, but they should wait till the coast is clear. How do you get pulled over on Wellington Street? This person must have been speeding or ran a stop sign. The city gave the cops $20 million more in their recent budget, and the police said that would be used to increase their response times. But their budget's like $1.8 billion or something. Like, what is $20 million gonna do? I'd rather say they just put it into actual traffic enforcement. Hey, Peter says stop sign. Hey, if that person ran a stop sign and they got busted for it, that's on them. Anyone who's walked around the city has almost been steamrolled enough times. There's the Stanley Park tennis courts. So we're just going to keep going east here. Shelby Dean says this is a long one. Well, it's in lieu of a video. I don't think I'm going to do any other recording today. And I was supposed to live stream last night, but I didn't, so we'll do a longer one than usual. Why not? My watch just started going off, which means I probably just hit 10,000 steps. Let's get to the other side of this construction. That sounds kind of annoying. Cafe. Is that not the most annoying sound you've ever heard in your life? Reminds me of Dumb and Dumber. This is Tecumseh Street. Sounds like murder hornets. This is definitely much quieter than it was earlier. But we're heading towards the well on Wellington. We're just going to have to cross Bathurst Street. Uh-oh. There's a lot of construction coming up, but I think we're going to be able to squeeze through. I have no idea, John, unfortunately. I've never even heard of that. We are steps from entering downtown. We started up at Dundas West Station, and I walked south through Roncesvalles, then east through Parkdale, and then east through Liberty Village. Now we're going through whatever this neighborhood is called. Lots of construction here, though, that's for sure. Let me check my camera battery. Where are we at? 25%. But I do have a battery pack in my pocket. Is that a battery pack, or are you happy to see me? Maxim, yes, it is a beautiful day. And the video I post tomorrow is going to be a freezing ass cold day. Hey, there's a hotel. 552 Wellington Private Residences, as well as number 1 Hotel Toronto. I've never even heard of this hotel. It's a little boutique hotel on the side of this condo. I wonder what those rooms go for a night. I'm gonna say $350 right now, probably way more than that on a weekend or during the warmer months. Viewers, what if Johnny left Toronto? I have left Toronto several times. I will continue to leave Toronto. I'm pretty sure I'll be back as long as they let me back and I don't get arrested for any hijinks while I'm away. You heard once the built-in battery dies, it's bye-bye Pocket 3. Well, you could always run it off of an external battery. But, you know, Ken is, up until like a few months ago, was still using his original Pocket 1. He had over 3 years on that thing, and that battery was still going strong. And I have 2 Pocket 3s. By the time my Pocket 3 batteries die, I think I will have moved on to much better devices. I think the EU has mandated that smartphones are going to have to come with user replaceable batteries pretty soon. Removing that was a giant step backwards, so I kind of welcome the return of that. Google says it's $429 at the 1 hotel. Thank you, Shiv. It's crazy. $429 to stay there. Or in like Bangkok, for less than that, you could, you know, stay at the Waldorf Astoria or the Shangri-La. Or for the same money, you could stay at the 1 hotel in Toronto surrounded by construction. On a weekday afternoon in the middle of winter. So someone mentioned the well earlier when we were at Liberty Village. They asked if this is the well. Well, there is the well. Let's see if we can cut through. No dogs allowed, Laura. We are just west of Wellington and Spadina. On the other side of the Spadina is known as the Fashion District. I'm not sure if that spreads over to this part. And these are fantastically blue skies. Cherry's High Dive, cocktails, pizza, beer. I bet they're envisioning that being a happening patio in the summer. So I think the connection has sorted itself out. We lost a lot of viewers when that happened. We were over 500, but we're at 424. Thank you. Just a friendly reminder to like, subscribe, help the algorithm out. Hit that little ding-a-ling bell. I typically go live 3 or 4 times a week. All right, we're gonna head across the street here. They've already closed off these fancy new bike lanes that just opened. It's a very Toronto thing to do. Let's see if the well has any more life to it. Squeaky Wheel says this was a fun stream, and you know what? I think it is time to, before we run out of juice, plug in the battery. Let me get that attached. There we go. Oop, I dropped my tripod. Fortunately, it didn't break.
It's like probably not far from Bianca. Yeah.
I've taken off the old handle attachment. Here is the well. Have I tried Prince Street Pizza? No, I have not. There's a place called Sue Tables. Sue Tables. Is the owner named Sue? There's Indigo. It's a big bookshop. There's a cafe in there. And Evil Corporation owns that drug mart. Arcadia Earth, is that open yet? That's supposed to be a really, really interesting space. It doesn't quite look open, does it? Oh, I see someone walking over there. I might have to do a video featuring that. Indigo is a bookshop. So there's kind of an indoor-outdoor vibe here. Laura says the well seems promising. I don't know if it's going to meet expectations. I think it's a little more upmarket than maybe most people would like. Doesn't really have a lot of places that you would deem affordable. Steel and ink, tattoos and piercings. There's a Sweat and Tonic up there on the 3rd floor. Frank and Oak moving in. Although it's officially open, it still feels very much like it's just soft opened. Nothing on that 3rd floor was open. There's the yoga and Pilates place. I'm really curious how this will pan out. These furniture shops are quite expensive and quite high-end. I say that as I'm walking by a struck tube, but there's a few in the floor below that are. The type of place that just needs to move a piece of furniture every few days. Everything's priced 10 or 15 grand if that's the case. Telly, Black Rooster Decor. I thought that was a coffee shop. But there's one of those stupidly expensive furniture shops where everything costs $1 million.
The stairs are not, it's not the door, but
Fortunately, security hasn't kicked me out. There's a Sephora moving in. You're not in a Toronto shopping center without a Sephora. Groovy Shoes. They have a location up on Queen West. It's $40 a person to go into Arcadia Earth. I watched a video on Bright Sun Travels and just how ridiculously expensive a trip to Disney costs these days. Hey, we made it to Spadina. All right, Clayton, take care. Thanks for tuning in. I dropped a link to Barnes & Noble where you could pick up Clayton's latest book he's had published. Eugenic saw the same video. I really like that channel, but he does tend to stay at mostly like high-end, 5-star kind of places. Clayton Crawford, member for 12 months, silver tier. Thank you for showing off Greenie. You're welcome, Clayton. Again, on the Sunday Night Stumble stream, I posted a link and showed off Clayton's latest work. He's now had 3 books published on Barnes & Noble. If you're interested, you could just go to Barnes & Noble and search Clayton Crawford, and you'll see his 3 books pop up. Thank you, Clayton. Smitty likes Universal better than Disney. I'm waiting for Epic Universe to open. I'm really curious to see how that plays out. Yeah, there's a bit of a tent city, unfortunately, over on that side of Wellington. Gonna look at the tower. This is King Street West coming up. That stream I did last Wednesday was along King Street West. So I guess we'll maybe go to Adelaide or Richmond. Oh, that would have been nice to jump on that streetcar. So it looks a little too packed to record from. We'll look east towards the financial district. .2:30. We are at the 2-hour mark of the stream.
I hate that. Just get
So this is north up Spadina, but we're just briefly heading up Spadina. Oxley Street, and there's always an interesting mural here. It is the Joey Bats bat flip moment. Spadina looking busy up ahead, but we're going to go along Adelaide here. This area in the late 90s through mid 2000s was full of clubs and night spots. There's an excellent restaurant just south of here on the left called Cowson Road. And that's the building, I believe, that used to house the Turbo nightclub. Oh. CN Tower View unlocked. There's an interesting angle. Those views are becoming fewer and far between with this massive building boom that's been going on for well over a decade. Lisa digging the mural. General Assembly Pizza on the right. I think there's a gelato restaurant. There it is. I've been there before. This is Peter Street, which used to have a number of clubs on it as well. Just south of here, it becomes Blue Jays Way. There's the Bucks. For those who sent super chats for a coffee, I apologize for not picking one up on the stream, but that'll be my first order of business right after the stream. We did have that fantastic donut. I think it was at Mavericks in Parkdale. That was what, like an hour and a half ago? We are running on donut fumes.
Brian, my brother, all of them.
You guys don't know.
I'm like, you guys get off.
There's a look at a neat skyscraper canyon. With all these new buildings going up, everywhere you look, you have to wonder how much longer this little block of psychics and I'm sure above board spas are going to last. There's probably some kind of heritage protection on these buildings. I don't see any plaques though. They're definitely well over 100 years old. There's Petros 82, authentic Greek food, threatening my YouTube live stream with a copyright claim. A music ID content match. You think they filmed a few scenes from Saw 10 around here? Hey, it's Hooters. When me and Dehan arrived in Bangkok, we had lunch at Hooters. That's kind of my thing, fly all the way around the world, check into the hotel and go get some Hooters. Jeanette. I'm sure you remember this place, Jeanette, the Columbus Cafe. At the base of one of my favorite newer condos. Bobby Lass's Hooters has great wings. There's Melrose, kind of a trendy cocktail bar. I think Hooters had to evolve their food in order to survive. Food was never the draw there, but times are changing. I thought the Hooters in Thailand was excellent. I haven't been to a Hooters elsewhere in like a decade. Hunty 050 says they're so pissed they closed the clubs at the request of the condo owners. What irked me about that was these people bought condos in a known nightlife area where on Fridays and Saturdays and even Thursdays and Sundays, it was no secret that it would be loud and busy on the streets until after 2 a.m. They moved into the area and then they kicked and screamed and complained that it was too loud, and the city caved to them. So yeah, not that I'm a huge fan of that scene, but it kind of annoyed me that people would move into a neighborhood and instantly become a NIMBY. It's like, do your homework. You knew what you were getting into when you moved there. But that also kind of coincided with the advent of online dating, and sites like Plenty of Fish were becoming popular in the mid-2000s. And the big nightclub was becoming less of a thing. A lot of them in Toronto were struggling around that time. So a combination of the club scene shifting south to King West into, I guess, smaller, more intimate venues, along with people no longer making a game of it, going out and trying to get as many phone numbers as possible, along with all the NIMBYs complaining that they moved into a clubbing district, and lo and behold, there was clubbing. Kind of ended was the demise of this area. But man, if you were down here on a Friday or Saturday night in, say, 2004, every other building had lineups around the corner, and there were people all over the place. It was just buzzing. Yeah, Punty. And now Crocodile Rock is gone. I feel like the heart and soul of the area has been ripped out a little bit. That was one for the slightly older crowd. And we're at Simcoe Street. And straight ahead is the financial district. In fact, just on the other side of University Avenue here is the financial district. Cars being honked at. Someone didn't know how traffic lights work. I was at that Cafe Landwehr once, and the fire alarm kept going off in that building. And nobody batted an eye. It was just business as usual. It's kind of a weird thing. So, here's a look north up University Avenue. And we are going south on University. Yeah, Croc Rock was good times when I worked at First Canadian Place. On Thursdays, we'd often go there after work. Good spot for cheap beverages. There's some traffic services workers straight ahead. And they've been deployed at a number of intersections on King Street. This is a designated transit priority corridor, and they've been keeping things moving pretty well through here. You'll see the sign says no authorized vehicles are supposed to go straight. in the financial district. So what we're going to do is we are going to head over to King and Young, and I think that'll be it. It's been a decently long live stream. Johnny, which sandals did you keep? Between the cheap Amazon sandals and the Lululemon, the Lulus are in the lead, but I've got a new pair arriving Friday. No, continue to Union, no. I've got a video coming up that features that stretch of Front Street anyways. Things are nice and quiet through the financial district. Do they have a stock exchange in Toronto? Yes, they do. That is just north of here on Adelaide Street. It used to be part of the TD Centre, just south of King and Bay. There's the Mies van der Rohe designed TD Centre. And there is where I used to work. Hello, Toronto from Europa, you wrote. I'm gonna have to pick up a box of Kleenex on the way home. I believe I am out. There's King Taps. They got some decent pizza. In fact, dare I say, very good pizza. Half price wine, every bottle, every Tuesday and Wednesday. Welcome to the most productive center as far as Canada's GDP is concerned. The financial district, I think collectively, the Alberta oil sands generates more. That is obviously much more vast and spread out. The heart of, at least I guess, the financial economy in Canada used to be in Montreal, but that shifted to Toronto in the 70s. A lot of the big banks shifted their headquarters from Montreal to Toronto, and there was no looking back since. And Toronto kind of overtook Montreal and went from Canada's number 2 city to the economic heartbeat of the entire country. And Montreal's airport, well, they made a second airport, Mirabel. But Montreal went from the busiest airport in the country, and it fell behind Toronto, and then it fell behind Vancouver, and I think it's even behind Calgary now. There's a number of reasons for that. One of them was Montreal becoming less important economically to the country, and another reason was simply that jets had longer range. Montreal used to be a stopover, but since jets could fly further, there was less reason to touch down at Mirabel or Dorval. Dorval is what's now known as Pierre Elliott Trudeau Airport. And I think those in aviation circles prefer to call it Dorval.
But if you play, we have 2.
Bring back the Expos? Yes. Bring them back and stick them in the AL East. How awesome would that be? Make that like Toronto, Montreal, Boston, New York, Baltimore. Or put the Tigers in there. Get Tampa Bay out of the East. Vival Costa's the bald British guy, does all the documentaries on YouTube. There's a look up at Scotia Plaza. Sadly for you, Jellybean, I believe the Starbucks at King and Yonge up ahead is still closed down. You left your purse at FCP and nobody took it. How do you know someone didn't take it and replace it with an exact duplicate? And we have made it from Dundas West Station, south through Roncesvalles, east through Parkdale and Liberty Village, and then over to the Well. And it was up to Adelaide Street. Eventually making my way to the financial district, but I think that's about it. My nose is turning into a faucet, if you couldn't tell. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank our mods for their excellent support. Everyone who sent support during the stream. We had a few new channel members along the way. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell button. I go live about 3 or 4 times a week on this channel. I'll go live at least once more this week. But that's about it, guys. Huge thanks. There'll be a video tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. EST on the channel, and if there is no video, that usually means I'm about to live stream. I'm just clearing things up before I say goodbye, but thanks, guys. Thanks, mods. Thank you, everyone. There's links to my channel membership and Patreon support down below if you wish to support the channel. I'm not sure if I'm getting tacos tonight or a poke bowl, but I think I said I would post on Instagram what I end up having. But stay warm, stay safe, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink.